It was shocking, right? Because it wasn't some big secret as to who Jeffrey Epstein was. He was a convicted sex offender since 2008. He pleaded guilty to a sex crime against a minor. Yet you see all of this correspondence, these emails with a ton of rich, powerful, famous people. I mean, it was almost like who wasn't named in these documents, right? And obviously, if you were named in the Epstein files document dump, you're not obviously accused of a crime. That doesn't just mean there's allegations against you here. But do you think people who had this relationship with Epstein, they have something to answer for now? And what have you learned about his relationships with the rich and powerful in these new documents?
Well, certainly there's a lot of men who are now going through damage control because certainly their involvement in these emails um, have raised questions about their character, and we've already had uh, the powerful England politician Mandelson, who's had to resign his post because Jeffrey Epstein sent thousands of dollars to his partner some years back as some type of a gift. Um, there's an international politician who also had to resign his post in Serbia. I mean, this web extends all over the world. One of the people I find most fascinating in this is Kathy Rumela, who was President Obama's legal counsel in the White House and is now the top lawyer for Goldman Sachs here in New York. And these emails, and we began seeing some of these emails in the previous document dump. Now we've seen even more emails. She was acting, now while she said that she did some legal services for Jeffrey Epstein, these emails show a very, very chummy relationship between the two. Jeffrey Epstein, excuse me, sending her expensive designer bags as gifts, and her thanking him, profusely for these gifts. She was also Jeffrey Epstein emailed her for damage control when different stories were coming out, or different ways of how to handle comments related to accusations made against him. There's a particular email in the new batch of documents that caught my eye that, and this is a case, well-known case in the Epstein circles at the time of Donald Trump's first presidential campaign in 2016. A woman came forward in California under the alias of Katie Johnson, who made accusations in a lawsuit against Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, saying that she had been a 13-year-old and had been sexually assaulted by both men. At the time, of course, the Trump campaign vehemently denied the accusations, and there's been questions over the years whether these lawsuits, of course, were withdrawn. She was under death threats, her attorney said at the time, and has not surfaced since then. And there's been questions over if there was any credibility to these allegations, or was it just a political hit job on Donald Trump at the time. But when this lawsuit surfaced, Jeffrey Epstein reached out, according to an email in the documents that I read, to Kathy, basically saying, this girl's making accusations against Donald and myself. How should I handle this? It shows the attention that Epstein took when his name was surfaced in connection with Donald Trump's name. So, all of this is extremely, fascinating to understand and to see what was going on behind the scenes with Jeffrey Epstein and who he was reaching out to and what he was saying, not only about Trump but about many others in the government.